Growing up and in school, especially during my GCSEs and my A levels, I was always considered one of the smartest kids in class. And no, it's not just because I'm Indian, and yes, I was good at math, but there was a Chinese guy who was better than me at math, but that doesn't really matter. The point is, I was quite good at learning. And it's not that I was born gifted or whatever, like I was just naturally talented. Honestly, I wish I was. There are a lot of people who just do school and don't need to study at all and still get the highest grades. One of the girls in my class was exactly like that. She would do nothing but always be the topper in the class. She would always get the highest mark, and it always pissed me off, right? But none of that mattered on results day, because when results day came up, I got a higher grade than her, and I guess that's all that mattered at the end of the day. It didn't matter how many times she outscored me in class or whatever, because at the end of the day, I outcompeted her in the test that mattered most. How did I do that? Or how did I learn more efficiently than she did? There are two things that I want to talk about, because these two things significantly changed the way I learn. And yes, you can apply it to literally anything. I still use it to this day, even though I'm not in school. I use it when I'm trying to learn a new skill, a instrument, whatever it is. Anything you learn, you need to apply these two things. And the first thing is, and you might already know it, it is the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule. And it's that 80% of your results come from 20% of the things you do. So most of the stuff you do is a waste of time, and I can definitely vouch for that. In school, I used to rewrite my notes about 50 different times, because I was like, oh, I need to make it as efficient as possible so I can, just revise it real quick just before the exam. And I would never actually use it after I wrote it down. I'd never even look at it after that. So it was the biggest waste of time. And I know a lot of people do it because it seems very productive and you feel super productive, and it's like, damn, I've just spent 3 hours revising, rewriting my notes. But in reality, you haven't actually learned anything. The only thing that actually got me results in school, and you know what, maybe that did get me some results, but the main thing that got me results in school was doing the past papers. The past papers are the questions that come up. Pretty much. They're not going to be the same questions that come up, because yes, different questions every year, guys. But they give you a rough idea of how hard the questions are going to be, what you can expect, which topics come up and which topics don't. Honestly, if you just do every single past paper about 5 times, you will probably get at least an A. Like, it's pretty much guaranteed, because you kind of understand the way they want you to answer questions. And when you do past papers, I want you to seriously do them, right? You need to sit down, do the past paper with a timer, then pull out the mark scheme and read the mark scheme word for word, because honestly, they are very serious about the wording, especially like the words that are underlined and stuff. You need to take it seriously. And yes, while you're sitting there for those 2 hours, take it seriously. But after that, you're kind of done. Like, honestly, you do just 2 hours of work every single day or every other day, and you will be guaranteed at least an A. Obviously, if you want to get an A star, you need to do other things. You need to like start reading the textbook and stuff. But if you don't care about all that and just want to get a good grade, just do the past papers and you will get 80% of the results. The second thing, and I actually think this is more important, and I've never seen anybody talk about this, it's having a timer on. It's not like this stupid rule where, oh, work for 20 minutes, take a 5-minute break. That doesn't work, right? What I want you to do is have a digital, not a digital stopwatch, a normal stopwatch. Go on Amazon, buy it. It's about £2. It's very cheap. Or you can just use a watch or something. I don't recommend using your phone because it can be quite distracting. What I want you to do is, while you're working, just turn the stopwatch on. And when you want to take a break, okay, that's fine. Take a break. But just pause the stopwatch. And then when you come back to work, press play again. And then keep doing that again and again and again and again and again and again and again until your work block is done, right? I remember the first time I did this, I sat down to work for like 2 hours and I only got 25 minutes of work done. It really puts into perspective how much time you actually waste during your work block, right? And you know what? At the end of the day, we want to make our time usage as efficient as possible. And this is one of, if not the best way to make it actually possible and actually understandable and something you can actually understand. And it also gives you a sense of competition. You can compete with yourself. Yesterday I only got 25 minutes of work done. Today I'm going to do 30 minutes of work. Tomorrow I'm going to try and do 45. I'm going to try and work for 2 hours straight. You're never going to work for 2 hours straight, by the way, but it will give you that little incentive that you need to maybe work a little bit harder. Thank you boys for watching. If you've enjoyed, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the shit that YouTubers always say. There's gonna be 2 videos on either side of me. I appreciate you watching till the end. And as always, I believe in you. Go and change the world. Peace.